The lander is the base station of the Robospatium, which is the robot space. There a camera is located, fixed at a robot arm, so that it can rotate around 3 axes. When calling the page of the lander control, a message box appears saying that only skilled persons are allowed to twiddle with the buttons. This video turns you into trained stuff, hence you can confirm the message by pressing OK after watching. The next thing you have to do is typing your username at the accordant field. The red marked line at the message field says that the lander is currently in use by another operator. Meanwhile, the red line turned into a yellow line, saying that the lander is free for use now. Pushing the buttons nonsensically causes no reaction of the robot arm. Let's act methodically and adjust the light to intensity 4, the height to 17, the horizontal angle to 14 and the vertical angle to 15. This instruction set is sent to the lander as soon as the button Send Command is pressed. Now the camera starts moving to the adjusted position. After some seconds have passed by, the current camera picture is transmitted to your browser. The green marked row tells that you are the current operator of the lander module. As soon as the instruction set has been processed and the camera has reached the adjusted position, the lander asks for the next instruction by displaying a second yellow marked line. Let's lower the vertical angle to a value of 10 and press the Send Command button once again. Now the camera points downward to the ground, while the horizontal position and the camera height are still like before. Let's lower the vertical angle once again and lower the horizontal angle simultaneously. When reducing the value of the horizontal angle, the camera turns to the left. Objects with a special interest can be observed closer by taking a snapshot. To do so, you have to turn the snapshot functionality on. While pressing the Send Command button, the snapshot functionality is turned off automatically. Those function is just activated for the current instruction set. After some seconds, the full resolution picture, 640 to 480 pixel, is sent to the picture gallery. Here you can see one of the rare moments of an opened Stargate. The picture is always taken at the end of the current instruction set. Thus you should not alter any camera angle while taking a snapshot, or else you might take a snapshot of something completely different than intended. Like the rover camera, the lander also transmits only single images because of the low upload stream of the used internet connection. By altering the camera height, the view angle of the camera is altered too, because the camera is attached to a long lever which is turned by a winch. So the vertical angle has to be readjusted when altering the camera height. The lander control ends after an operating time of 5 minutes, or if you don't transmit a new instruction set within 30 seconds, even if the lander requests for it. Everything clear so far? So have fun inside the Robospatium.